Oh my god, dude. This shit right here is so fucking belligerent. I mean, I had to get off the fucking game after this fucking shit right here. It is ridiculous. I mean, why would they put this kind of shit into the game? This game right here is clearly I'm the superior player in the room. I have the best shot, I have the best crossbow, the best ballistic knife, the best strategy. And 6 seconds into the game, 6 seconds after, 6 seconds left in the game, and I get tomahawked. Let me tell you, they should not have anything that sets you back. I mean, if you want the shit's already appealing to the bad player with random spawns, and just random shit weapons that they can fire from the hip. So what else they do? They go in and make it so that somebody that's winning can be set back by a guy throwing lucky tomahawks like that. I mean, when I play sticks and stones, I get set back generally 5 to 6 fucking times because of faggots with tomahawks. Why don't they just make the tomahawk a certain number of kill, like a certain number, and just be done with it like that? It's ridiculous, because it's the better player should win the game. Honestly, that's the way it should do. The team with the best strategy in football and the more athletic people win the game. You never see somebody run a cheap play. Well, I don't know if there is a cheap play in there, but let's say the Packers are up against the Steelers 14-0, and there's like 35 seconds left in the Super Bowl. They're ready to come out in the field and celebrate their win. Oh, but the Steelers make a play, which is let's say they get a first down with a kicker or some shit. I don't know. I don't follow football, and that automatically zips the Packers score to 0. Do you think that would be fair? That's not competitive whatsoever. This shit is fucking annoying. It is ridiculous. And here's what it is: fucking annoying. I mean, seriously. I've played Wager Match almost 4 hours and I still haven't got 50,000 because you get shit like this. I went from going to make this right here. If I would have won this game, it would have been my first gold gun. I could have made it did a fucking gold gun commentary, whatever the fuck it is. But guess what? A fucking faggot zipped 30 grand from me with one fucking tomahawk. I mean, I go from netting 20,000 fucking COD points to nothing in a split second, and I didn't get outplayed. I mean, you can't honestly expect to dodge every fucking tomahawk because you're a fucking yellow dot when you come on the screen. They show you in a big yellow fucking sun. It is ridiculous. Everybody and their mother tries to throw tomahawks at you just so they can upset you at the end of the game. I want to punch the faggot in his face. I would literally kill him right now if he was in. You don't pull that. I don't know. I just came from an era of gaming where you didn't pull that kind of shit. If you would have did that shit in real life and you were sitting on the bed next to me, that'd been a fight right there. That would have been a fight. And if you resisted, that might have been a fight to the death, because I would have beat you relentlessly every time I hit you. And I thought, man, this is my friend. I would keep punching like a machine gun. I would destroy your face. Destroy is not the proper word. Pulverize your face with my fucking knuckles. My knuckles will be broken in this form for the rest of my life, but the satisfaction I get from beating your face in like a fucking piece of meat would be unrevealing. I will destroy you and your children and rip your head off. It is fucking ridiculous. I can't stand this shit. Oh my god. What I'm really trying to say is fuck you, Sonny D Up. You's a bitch. I mean, that's all I'm really trying to say. Like, why the fuck would you try to take somebody's glory and just piss them off? It is belligerent. Oh my god, dude. I just want to hit him right in the face. I hope he has glasses on too. I want to hit him right in the middle of his glasses and let that shit plop out like the sides, and like they had the handles come off the ears. Oh my god, I just want to jab my fingers down his throat and like feel the vomit come up on the top of my hand. And he's sitting there choking on the shit. It's fucking ridiculous. Hate wager match mode. I'm about to give up on the shit and just do it the long way, because at least the long way is less frustrating. I used to think Ghost was the worst thing in this game. This shit right here, This is the worst thing in this game. I'm surprised I didn't look at that shit. Right there it is. Right there it is. 6 fucking seconds. And this bitch motherfucker, he comes in from second place to first place because he hits me with a fucking lucky tomahawk. And he gets all the fucking money. And look at his score at the end of the game. Look at his fucking score. It is like 9 and fucking 12. What is it? Right there. 9 and 12 with 1 hatchet, 0 setbacks. How about somebody set your bitch ass back? I was double your score with 2 setbacks. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I got a little something to talk with you guys about today, and it's not the gameplay itself. But video games are back in the news today, as a company called 505 Games has created a shooter game, or has a shooter game in the process of being made called Blackwater, which comes in the same vein as like Medal of Honor, where you basically take charge of the Blackwater mercenary group, which is basically like a military group or office in Iraq that basically did military operations for money. And some senator, let me get his name, hold up. I'm sorry, it's not even a guy, it's a woman. Her name is Susan Burke. Apparently Susan Burke was the attorney that, well, I guess I should just go ahead and explain the backstory. What Blackwater did wrong that was so terribly offensive, why they would make this horrible name for themselves, is they ended up killing 17 civilians in Iraq. And they did it as a, son of gun, mercenary for hire type protocol. 17 civilians. That might sound a lot to the naive person like you or me, like, ooh, 17 people. If somebody killed 17 people by themselves with as a serial killer. But this is a military situation. As weapons and stuff got bigger and better, civilian casualties rose up. Do I think that this group should not have a video game made on them because they killed 17 civilians? Who cares? Seriously, that's what you call casualties of war. Even if they shot the civilians out of pure, straight up Angus, you can't do that. You can't stop a video game getting made because of 17 people. If that's the case, alcohol should never be allowed in a movie or video game. Cigarettes should be never allowed in a movie or game. Matter of fact, Big Mac should not be allowed to be commercialized. Because everything kills stuff. I'm sure some motherfuckers been killed with a screwdriver before, and they were innocent civilians. Does that stop, fucking Stanley or, Ace to slap a screwdriver onto the shelf for like $1.50? No. You know why? Because for the most part, that isn't what they were there to do. They were there to uphold and guard things. That's what Blackwater would do. They're mainly guarded. They guarded shit houses. They guarded, installations. They guarded toll booths. And time from time, people got crazy. And how do you decipher someone is crazy versus someone that is not crazy? Especially when you're going up against an area that does not have a standard uniform. You know why uniforms are important in war? So you know who the fuck you're fighting. That's why they're important. If you see a guy in a green jumpsuit, you know that he's American. You know he's your buddy, or he's at least with you. He's on your side. See, you didn't have that luxury if you fight in Iraq. My brother's currently in Iraq, and he will tell you left and right. You don't know who's a civilian or who's got their stab. You don't know who's got a bomb strapped to them. You don't even know anything until you see them start shooting at you. And so what if they kill 17 civilians in like a 10-year period of, the Iraqi war? So what? The United States military has done more than that. The United Kingdom military has done more than that. Even the Canadian military has done more than that. Do you see us, taking out Army Rangers on the next Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare 3? No. Do you see us taking out the United States military on Battlefield 3? No. How about Russia? Why is the Russian military in Battlefield 3? They killed millions of Germans in World War II without cause, raped their women, burnt their house down, killed their children. All these were innocent civilians, so why can't they be took out the game? It's just pointless. All this is a production thing to get her name back in the news. The Blackwater thing happened in 2007. The Susan Burke character got a big name and notoriety in 2007. Well, 505 Games wanted to do a tribute to a mercenary group that actually helped save soldiers' lives. So what did Susan Burke decide to do? Well, I got so much fame from Blackwater before, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon to get it again. That's the whole bullshit right there. That's full frontal, horse in the face bullshit right there. she just wants to get her name back in the media, just like she's doing right now. But just like I'm giving her right now, mass exposure, and she's getting what she wants. But I just wanted to point out people what it actually is. This is why things happen. This is why, people go down on Thomas Chong for making glass bongs. This is why, people try to sacrifice other people to move up their career, and that's just the long run of it. And that's all this story is. Do I think 505 Games are evil because they want to create a video game using an existing army group? No, I don't. You know what I think will end up happening? They'll just change the name of the group and game. They'll be like, instead of being a Blackwater, they'll be, I don't know, Blue Water. Instead of Iraq, it'll be like Pakistan or some shit like that. That's all they pretty much got to do. Just some other country that looks like Iraq. And then they'll release it and they'll be unhappy and it'll all blow over and nobody will buy the game because this is the first I've ever heard of the game. And it's annoying. It is. It's straight annoying. Especially when it comes from... It's always a female that does this shit too. It always is. I'm not a sexist or anything, but it's always the females that do this kind of stuff when you give them power. They want to destroy something that's pointless. It's a video game, dude. It's just like, actually, Medal of Honor got the same thing back in the day when you had the Taliban versus the United States in the fucking beta of the Medal of Honor. They made them change them to OP4, which means opposing force. And same thing with with Call of Duty. They got the same shit too when they put like Afghanistan or whatever. I mean, the only game I remember seeing with the basic, terrorist kind of thing is Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. They had the Middle Eastern Coalition. I mean, I doubt there's any part of the game itself that actually has you shooting civilians. I mean, even Modern Warfare 2, there's a whole level where all you do is gun down innocent civilians. And I guess people can construe that as, creating serial killers or whatever. But how many serial killers has video games actually created? I mean, video games might push you over the top, but any kind of vocal stimuli or visual stimuli could probably do that to a person that is a serial killer. In my opinion, you're born a serial killer. You don't change into one. You gotta want to be able to kill somebody. You gotta want to. It's part of your inbreed. I mean, it's almost like the alpha male syndrome. Do you think wolves grow up to be alpha males? No, they're born naturally to be the alpha males. They have the alpha male mindset. They have the genes to go with it. They're bigger. They're better than all the other wolves. And I think just like that, wanting to kill other things of your species is just that alpha male mindset. Pretty much Helter Skelter, a Beatles song, has killed more people than video games has. But some reasons you don't hear a Beatles record, getting blasted on the news because, you know what? Bitches love Beatles records. That's the truth. I love me a Beatles record too. But females love me some fucking Beatles. They be like, it's the Beatles, It's all fucking pointless. That's what it is. Blackwater, they get a bad rap, but they also paid a lot of freaking money. It gave a lot of people good jobs. You know what else they've done? I don't know. I'm just gonna quit on that. I did go and see Super 8 today as well, and I will be doing some sort of review on that here in a bit. But this gameplay you're looking at right here is just a War God ICP gameplay, which I hopped on and grabbed because for some reason people still think I can't play this game without a full team. I mean, the whole point of the game, the reason I play it with a full team is because it's less frustrating. You gotta do less of this shit, less of that shit. You have to worry less about ghosts and less about people sneaking up on you. I'd rather just have the Blackbird up 24/7 and just pwn the bitches and get the big scores. There's no use to try on this game because the only people that kill you is people like him right there. He would have never beat me with anything but Ghost, and it's the truth. People are like, oh, you never talk about where you die, because usually when I die is bullshit. The last two deaths I got shot in the back with Ghost, and then the other guy I hit him like 8 times, and he still for some reason didn't die. But the fact is, at the end of the game, I'm still on the top of the leaderboard. Watch me. I'll probably be up by the leaderboard. Yeah, I'm rocking almost like 1,000 points ahead of the second player guy right now. Got like 8 defends, a cap, and my cap is B. It's not the free cap either. Like there's my third death. You get a fucking RPG to the face. Yeah. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out. Quit hating on Blackwater. Quit hating on video games in general. You know, there's a baby where there's an indie game where you see how far you can shoot a baby out of a pussy. Blackmail that. Serious.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm still feel like I'm getting sicker before I'm getting better, dude. This cold has me freaking puzzled. Like, I'm usually not as lively as I could be because, one, it doesn't really hurt to talk, but, you know, it always feels like I'm on the breast of a cough, like it's kind of like an itch. But there's something I wanted to talk about real quick while it's fresh in my mind. I just recently, like in the last 10 seconds, watched like the Rise of the Planet of the Apes trailer. I was actually watching one of my videos, and it came on at the very end of the video as another roll, and I'd never seen it before. And I was looking at it, and I didn't know what movie it was actually basically, you know, tell me what was going to come out. And I was there thinking they're going to redo Monkey Shines. That's what this beginning of this trailer actually reminds me of. For those people that have never watched Monkey Shines, it's a George Romero movie about a guy who gets in a car accident and he's paralyzed from the neck up. So all he can do is move his head. That's all he can do. He can move his fingers a little bit too. He's super paralyzed, and his friend is working on this gene or this substance that helps stimulate growth in animals' brains, and he's basically helps train a monkey with this growth substance to help him out, to help out his friend, and he gives it to him for his birthday. It's a really cool movie. You kind of see the hardships between a guy who's basically super handicapped, even much more so than Chuck, and how he deals with it with his friend, and how they fall apart and all, and then how the monkey starts reading his thoughts telepathically because it gets so smart and starts lashing out at the people he hates or despises. And also has a really, really odd scene where you have a guy who's quadriplegic having sex with his nurse. Yeah, the movie's worth watching just for that. Last time I checked, it is on Netflix if you guys want to check it out on Netflix. But it's just so strange how that one movie trailer just clicked. And, you know, I probably will be watching that because I was a pretty good Planet of the Apes fan back in the day, and I always wondered how it happened. I always figured it happening mainly that we killed each other off nuclear war wise, and then the monkey just evolved into us again, but didn't lose the fur. That's always had it pictured in my head. I guess they're going a different route with it, and I guess that'll be okay. I'm willing to watch the movie. I mean, it seems like a better movie than most of the stuff that comes out recently. I mean, movies recently have sucked. There's another movie I wanted to see too called Insidious. I've heard is really, really good. So I don't know. I'm kind of out on the front of the movie scene right here. As you see, game hooks me up with another free loss. But it's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm hoping I get better soon. I got a dual commentary with my girlfriend coming up. Hope you guys enjoy it. Remember to rate and like the video. Peace. And what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you a gameplay of Search and Destroy here on Nuketown. As you can see, my voice is getting a little bit better. It's a little bit less raspy, but it will probably break apart here in a bit. There's nothing I can do to help my voice. All it's going to take is a lot of medicine and a lot of time to heal, which probably tonight won't get too much time to heal because I got to do painkiller already. Losing your voice is one of the side effects of my job, because my job is basically my ability to talk and to entertain through vocal and through speaking. And that kind of gets me to the next point. What do you take away from becoming a successful YouTuber? What I've took away from personally is I've took away business skills, negotiation skills, speaking skills, public speaking experience, persona, personality. It changes everything you are as a person because you have to deal with people so in and out. It also gives you thicker skin. Stuff that normally that would tick you off and bring you over the edge and no longer bothers you or affects you. For example, anytime you venture and you look at my videos of any sort of thing, you'll see somebody call me fat. Well, that doesn't hurt my feelings at all anymore. It used to back in the day. Used to, call me a bad player would hurt my feelings back in the day because I put a lot of time and effort in, refining my game and critiquing it. And me myself, I'm the hardest critic I know, especially on gameplay. Like if you ever see me in like the Billionaires Bash or anywhere like that, I'm hard up. I put a lot of thought into everything I do. You see people like X-Jaws get up and do the interview. They talking about how they wanted to shoot through walls with AK-47. I'm sort of thinking about traffic patterns. I'm thinking about where will people usually sit there and spawn at. What would this happen? What would that happen? You don't have to be the best shot to be a better player. And I've proved that time and time again. Even though I do have a pretty good shot on me, I am by no means a excellent shot. I don't even know what sensitivity I like to play on yet, and I've been playing Call of Duty professionally for well I guess you can call it professionally, and it's professional in the definitive version of it, but as a job for almost 2 years now, and even before that I played it for 2 years for a fun hobby. Let's see right here. What am I thinking about right here is I figured he'd come in through just like that. I see there's another guy hanging out the side of the house and he's just camping it up. He doesn't know where I'm at and he didn't even care where his boy was at. I see the other guy coming up around the house, so I'm going to come up. So I know there's only 2 left, so I'm going to scoop around, up, climb down it, come down so I don't make a thing, and just get him. Come in here, sit behind the chair because I figured he'd run through the door. And there you go. That's a perfect clutch of a round. But it's just put a lot of thought into it. Try to plan stuff out. Try not to rely on your reflexes as much as humanly possible. A lot of this comes from the actual Battlefield player in me, because Battlefield was the first FPS shooter I actually played and I got into. When I used to be a PC guy, the game I played on PC was Battlefield, and Diablo 2, and StarCraft. Those kind of situations. StarCraft's a RTS, a real-time strategy. So it had a lot more to affect with your hand-eye movement than most games, but if you didn't have a good move per minute, or you weren't really quick, the terrain was more your race because you didn't have to do a lot of micromanaging. You had to do a lot of UAV and medic work, but in the long run, you used less units and you basically had to build less units. It all depends on who you were playing or whatever, but there's always a strategy that you can pretty much break it down so you don't have to be number one on the gun. As you see right here, I'm kind of I've got a silencer, I got a red dot set up, and using a red dot does not make you a bad player. I see people even insinuate that, like, oh, you need a red dot, you a scrub. No, that is not even the case. You use a red dot because it's easier to aim, easier to acquire targets, easier to see targets. You're more or less likely to lose people in red dots than you would iron sights. The reason I hip fired there was because I was laying on the ground. When I'm playing a defensive style, like the style I normally want to play, when you see me do like MPL rush gameplays, those gameplays are forced. This is how I like to play the game. And the reason I hip fire is because I play on such a low sensitivity, which is 2. I didn't want the guy to come running from the garage straight into there, so I was just going to hip fire him. And if he ever stops or pauses during the hip fire, I was going to ADS. That's just how you think about things. That's how things should roll off the top of your head. Here we go. Put another motion sensor down. Just kind of guard the house. You guys are going to join me on Painkiller Ready tonight, correct? It's at 9:30 Eastern. You can use your time to Dana's Eastern Coast on the United States. We have Guns for Hire, and we're most likely going to be talking about some very hardcore issues. It's a very exciting show. We've had Guns for Hire before. He's one of my favorite guests we've had on, and that's saying a lot. I mean, he's one of those guests that brings a lot to the table, and he's one of the really good guests. I kind of wanted to do Ask a Capper as well, but it's Ask a Capper is a little harder to get on because he has to have nurses and stuff. But you never know how the night's going to roll. We might even have special guests on as well. But we're probably going to be covering all this YouTube drama that's happening right now. Billionaires Bash, bumping, the whole 9. So come on, stay tuned to Painkiller Ready. See us tonight at 9:30. We'll be streaming it on JustinTV/Woody's Gamertag for people who want to see it live and want to get it before they get to iTunes. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you another flawless gameplay. This time is a TDM on Villa, and I'm using a Warlord AK-47 with the dual mag and the silencer, and I'm playing a bunch of scrubby DWs. It's not that I go out and look for these kind of lobbies. Generally, when you're playing with a full team, you get matched up with a bunch of randoms, and that's just how the game works, because the game match makes you to the first available game. And generally, you know, it's very hard to see full teams sitting in a room with another full team, so you hardly ever get put up against another full team when you're playing with a party of 6. What you mainly get put up against with is these kind of people right here. So if you want lobbies like this, as XGuy used to say, you know, super easy mode, what you got to do is just play with 6 people. You can do that at helpatgaming.com, you can do that on Twitter, you can do that at high school. Playing with people makes the game easier as a whole. What you see are these people have no awareness. They have nothing in the lines of, dude, if these guys would have stayed in here so far, I was fishing for that, you know, 75-0 game. I've gotten 75-1 before, and this is on Xbox for all the people that always want to hate on the PS3. We came close a couple times. We got a 3-kill game. We got a 2-kill game. Look at this triple spray. Look at it. Nothing they could do about it. Okay, get done, players. And basically, I was able to master my way up to, I think, 77 on the TDM leaderboard just on these guys alone. And for people that believe like the score per minute leaderboard, most people on that thing are illegitimate. Like if you dashboard, your score per minute don't count in that game. You just keep going to a TDM till you get 5 TDMs that are, you know, over the top with the gunship and the chopper gunner in a row. And then you have 1,000 or 1,200 score per minute. Next thing you know, you just don't play TDM the rest of the week. That's why I said they should put regulations on the score per minute. I've been trying to do it legitimately, and I hold somewhere from 450 to 550. I've had it as high as 620 at some point, but even 620 is enough to get you maybe top 20 if you start at the beginning of the week. You see right here, my buddy happened to back off because I said I needed my gunship because I wanted to get the score per minute up. So you bring the gunship in, and it's pretty much going to be the rest of this game is going to be just me and this gunship. And there's not too many people showing up on the radar, so I don't really get an ass load of kills in it. As you see right there, pick up. Well, actually, I get over 10, I think. I'm really liking the gunship. Mainly, the dogs are good, and so is the gunship. Dogs are one of those kill streaks that, like, at least you get something. And whereas the gunship is, you easily get what dogs would normally net you, which for me is about 4 to 6 kills. If you can spawn trap them or basically put it out there really quickly, so where the team just dead, or if your team's controlling them all together, you have a very easy time controlling the ghost because the higher splash damage and all of the gunship, and plus you have the missiles which do more damage than the regular thing. You have the higher splash radius as well. Usually save missiles for anything inside when I need that little extra reach. There we go. I'm just concentrating on anything I can see out here because I can cover 75% of the map. And I think it's about time to go in the chopper gunner and reload here because I was expecting this guy to come in, but he doesn't. So I was like, alright, it's all good. Let's go into the chopper gunner. Alright, here we go again. I'm 26-0 at this point. And yeah, split screening I hope doesn't make it back to Modern Warfare 2, mainly because it makes the game super easy. As you can see right here, split screeners, you lose awareness, you lose your kill feed, you can hear your other guy's sound if you're both using headsets. And hearing the other guy's sound will make you always think somebody's sneaking up on you. I've played split screen a few times with my buddy, and I have really good awareness in terms of where people are coming from, and even I struggle with it. And it's 30-0. Catch you guys later with another gameplay. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you a little commentary here on the Black Ops. And as you know now, the day is November 3rd, and we're kind of winding down toward the end of the anniversary of Black Ops. And generally on the anniversary of Black Ops, we pretty much wind down and say goodbye to the game and whatnot. And I'm going to give my overall thoughts of Black Ops and what I hope to achieve in Modern Warfare 3 in this video. Black Ops, in my opinion, was one of the better Call of Duties in the last segment since Call of Duty got popular, which I'm referring to. Call of Duty's pretty much been popular since Call of Duty 2, but the one we all know and love pretty much comes in basically at Call of Duty 4. So far, Treyarch has made my favorite Call of Duty games, and I was very excited coming into Black Ops because it was a Treyarch game. And with that being said, I was super frustrated at the beginning of this game, and I even lost my voice. For those of you who don't know, I'm a co-host of a podcast called Painkiller Already, and it kind of affected me on there for a while, basically because it threw a new mechanic into the game that I was not used to. And it pretty much frustrated me, but now I've pretty much grown to live with the mechanic, and as Black Ops as a whole, I really do like the game. It is like all the other Treyarch games. It does have a really strong weapon, has a couple really strong weapons that kind of outclass everything else, but just like everything in life, there's always going to be someone that's a little bit better, and always going to be a top tier weapon in every class. I've happened to be using the top tier weapon in this game right here. It is the FAMAS, for those who've been living under a rock, and it didn't really hinder the game that much. Generally, you could beat the FAMAS with every weapon, unless it was like a one-on-one showdown at medium range. For the most part, not using the FAMAS didn't hinder you so much. So in that aspect, I really enjoyed this game. And most of you that came through my channel most likely came through my channel via Black Ops or Modern Warfare 2. And during that period of time, I was pretty much stat padding. And stat padding is something that I got into just recently, and before I even started my YouTube channel. For those that started my YouTube channel sometime October of 2009. It's about to turn 2012 now. Soon be going into my third year of doing YouTube. And it's basically, the reason I got into it is because I used to have like a 1.7 KD going in a World at War, and my buddy Z7 Taylor and I, we basically started new accounts to see how high KD we could actually hold, and I found it super fun. I found the breaking down the maps, the whole elements, really fun. And so what I ended up doing is I got into YouTube shortly thereafter, and on YouTube I started out my Unlimited UAV account, which is the one you'll see me playing on right here. It's the very same account. And what happened is I got known for having like a 3.5 KD, and and it pretty much just stuck with me from there, because I pretty much set the benchmark for impressive games, the consistency of impressive games, and that's what I kind of got known for. Well, the more I played like that, the more I hate the style, to be perfectly honest. Playing defensively is a very consistent style. It's a style that pretty much based my channel on, and a lot of people actually like to see it too, but not so much anymore. The more mainstream I get, the more the style holds me back from being better than I actually can be. So in Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, I'm sorry, I'm looking to basically hold a 2 KD, and anything else, just go for the win. Actually, I'm not even worried about holding the 2 KD. Whatever I get, I get. I'm gonna use the stupid weapons, gonna use whatever, and just play around. But I'm always gonna be going for the win, because the win is the most important factor. I recently watched a documentary about Pete Rose, which you can see on Netflix if you guys want to check it out, if you live in the United States or Canada, about how his father instilled on him that he would buy him ice cream every time they won a game. He didn't buy him ice cream when he went 4 for 4. He bought him ice cream when they won a game. And that's something that Woody actually instilled into me, because I used to didn't care about win-loss whatsoever going into Modern Warfare 2. My Modern Warfare 2 win-loss on limited UAV was like 137 or something like that. That's just whatever happened, playing randomly, not caring, just stat padding the KD. And the fact is, you can see how far I've come as a player on a whole from that. Like my Modern Warfare 2 KD was like 284 on PS3 with a 137, and Black Ops, it's a 370 with like a 5 win-loss. It might not be a 5, it might be a 4, somewhere 4 or 5. And that's just after I met Woody and got instilled with me the knowledge of victory. Now I'm just this player that I don't accept anything less than victory. And it's not a bad trait. It's not a good trait either. because it kind of hinders your ability to enjoy the game. And I'm going to try to go into Modern Warfare 3 enjoying the game. I'm no longer going to attempt to be, seen as this great player or anything else. I'm just going to go in there as a guy that's able to win games. So don't be surprised if you see more games like this right here. This is by no means a YouTube game. This is the game that I normally would just throw out and delete, but I decided to put it up this time for you guys. The main reason is, one, I get a lot of deaths in here, mainly because I didn't feel like sitting around and trying to get a YouTube game. I just wanted to go out there and make sure we got the win, and that's what I basically did. And I came out here and I got the win for our team. I did have one other guy playing with me, and his name is Mr. Sink, I think. Sicker. I don't know how to say his name. SIHIC, whatever. Some weird, gamer tag handle name. And it's just me and him versus I think at least a 4-man squad over there. And we pretty much gave him the old dick, gave him the workaroo. And all I'm basically doing here is pre-firing around the corner. And this is how I pretty much learned how to play Call of Duty, just doing the pre-fire. And you kind of can see how a certain game has already been rubbing off on me, how the playstyle has changed a lot from what Black Ops is for the next installment of the series. But if you want to do me a favor, kind of give me a scale on how much you enjoy gameplays like this versus gameplays where I go like 30-0, because those 30-0s, they do happen even when I'm playing. Like if I play TDM, obviously I'm going to play in the kill whore role, mainly because that's the easiest way to win. If I'm going 30 plus, that's going to save at least 3 teammates that don't have to do something else, and that leaves a lot of room for error and a lot of room for making mistakes later on in the game. Because there's, how many times have you been playing the game and you had this nasty ass game, like you ripping people, and then all of a sudden you fall apart at the end, but luckily you went positive enough that your team didn't suffer. And that's just the way it is. Look at me waiting on him. It's like, come on, baby, just die for me. But this video is shortly winding down. Do you guys want more movie reviews? What do you want to see while we're sitting here waiting on while counting down the Modern Warfare 3? And also another question, do you guys want me to put Skyrim on this channel or my secondary channel? I'll do either one. It doesn't bother me. But I do plan on playing a good bit of Skyrim, and I will be doing live sessions. I won't be doing a total Let's Play. I'll be mainly kind of do what you see me do on Wanderlust. Just make a character and fuck around. And just basically record myself talking while doing it. If that's something you're interested in seeing, let me know. Because I'm trying to start playing video games for fun again. Because all I do is stress out now, and I'm tired of stressing out. And if the channel makes it, it makes it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and this is, I think, like a 57-14 game or something like that. It's a little over 3 KD. It's about my average on this account. Ooh, don't you hate when that happens? It's like, oh damn. Peace, people. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you some akimbo gameplay with the PM63. And I discovered a couple things today in the very last week of Black Ops. One thing I discovered, that when you're playing with a party, as I am right here, I got a party of 3, 4 counting me. It is rather hard to do well without kill streaks to back you up. And you kind of stay in the medium of pack. Even though you might pull a good KD spread and you might still get the win, standing out in a crowd of good players is really hard without kill streaks to pretty much push you over the top. And I kind of see it this way. Like, I come somewhere right in the middle of the pack on this game, but I do rather well with what I have to do. At least I think so. I think I end up going like 28-10 or something along that nature with the dual PM63s on domination. And I try to keep moving around, and I break a couple of my own rules here, by like such as pushing the third flag. See right there, I don't use the PM63 that much, and I'm currently like level 42 on the 13th prestige on PlayStation. And tomorrow is Modern Warfare 3 day. Well, tomorrow night is the midnight launch of the game. So I pretty much won't be getting the 14th prestige on the PS3, and I utterly failed you guys. But technically, I played enough to get two max level prestiges on the game. I have twice the amount of time on Xbox as I do the PS3 on Black Ops, and I would have pretty much went double prestige on there, so I pretty much almost have 3 times the. I pretty much could have went to 14th 3 times in the time I put in Black Ops this year, which was around 30 odd days. So I put the time in, and but that's not what I want to talk about during this video. What I want to talk about during this video is the finale of the Potty Patrol. For those of you who don't know, that I pretty much have 2 little children living with me when I moved my girlfriend in, and one of those children had a little potty problem. Well, we have now remedied that potty problem, and I'm here to just basically give you the answer in case you run into this future on in life. Whenever you think back to your boy Wings of Redemption, he dealt with it and how you won the battle. What we ended up having to do is we went to a doctor, and she basically gave us the idea of trying to make it fun. We obviously tried to make it fun before. Like, we tried sticker charts, we tried, letting him play his Nintendo DS while on the toilet only. We tried sitting in there singing songs with him. But what worked best with him, we even tried the opposite of the spectrum. We tried to send him to bed early. We tried, only allowing him to drink water if he pooped his pants. We took his TV away. We kept trying other stuff, but he kept doing it. So what ended up working for him, which will probably be different for every kid, but the fundamentals is the same, was reading a book. We ended up getting a timer because he would get very impatient while sitting on the toilet, and he looked at sitting on the toilet as a punishment. So instead of sitting there and trying to use the bathroom, he would sit there and think about how mean me and his mother are. So what we ended up having to do is make it a fun time. So we started reading him stories on the toilet, and we put a timer there to basically let him know how long he had to sit there. Because he always asks, can I get up yet? Can I get up yet? No, you can't get up until the timer goes off. So he knows that when that bell rings, he gets to get up. And you have to let him get up regardless. And eventually he'll stop wanting to get up and want you to finish the story. And when he gets relaxed, and with the seat pretty much cushions it, because for those of you who don't know, a toilet seat is designed to spread your butt cheeks apart for you, and so it's rather easy to clean up afterwards. And with all that aside, he gets relaxed. He's listening to the stories, having fun. He'll kind of go ahead and start pooping. It's been very successful for the last 2 weeks. He has been accident free, and he even went to his father's and his grandmother's, and neither one of them did his routine with him, and he went to the toilet by himself. So I'm going to open my end of the bargain and get him what I told him to for a while. I told him if he would stop using underwear, I would see about getting him a T-ball, which is already past now, but when I made the promise, T-ball was about to come in the thing. And I would buy him superhero underwear. So not just Superman, superhero. So I'm probably going to go ahead and look into to do that. Oh, man. So I will be at the midnight release for Modern Warfare 3, which is the same area. So if you're in Conway, South Carolina, and you want to hang out at the midnight release, I will be there at the GameStop in Conway, South Carolina. I will be picking up my copy of Modern Warfare 3 for the PlayStation 3. So I will also probably have a video up ready for the Xbox that night as well. And basically just give you my rundown and my opinions of the game, having the game early, because I usually end up getting most of the games that come out early. Like I could have gotten Skyrim early, but I decided not to, mainly because one, I didn't want to pay an extra $30 for it, and two, 4 days I can wait with that, especially with Modern Warfare 3 right here around the corner, and I'll be putting a lot of time in that in the next few days. It just didn't seem logical, but I will be putting a lot of time into Skyrim, and I will be doing Skyrim videos, and pretty much odds and ends of Skyrim will be going to go to War God YouTube. So if you aren't subscribed to War God YouTube and you want to see odds and ends, they'll all go on there. So I'm pretty much start putting anything that I don't think is good on my channel on War God YouTube, and make it so it's not just a Let's Play channel. I don't really care how many views that channel over there gets, it regardless. You notice I did a little super fast mode there, mainly because I kept trying the same thing over and over again, And I kept going 1-for-1 with it. So obviously that's not a good strategy to do with these weapons. But these weapons are actually rather fun to use when you just don't give a shit no more. It's like, all right, it's like a challenge. It's like a game of chess. The map turns from power points to pretty much power objectives. Like, how do I beat this guy with these weapons? It becomes like a test, like a puzzle. And it kind of part of the scrub part of me wants to say they should make these things almost recoilless because they're really horrid. Like, they're good. They're like really good shotguns. I'm not saying they're about the same same lethality as a shotgun and the range they have, but they actually have a little bit more range than the shotgun. But like shit like that right there. Good thing I switched to CZs. But it's just, you have no range with them at all. And I ended up going 28-10, 3 captures, 3 defends. As I said, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Check the description for my backup channel. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And yes, this is as far as the iPhone I can hold out because I only got arm length. I got these short, stubby arms. But, let me take that fucking shit off. I always just leave that headset on. I'll review that later. Yeah, I want to go ahead and give a preview of this video. This video is by my man Ernest Lee. He contacted me on Skype and said I could use this exclusively. His YouTube will be in the bottom link of this video, and also his Twitter will be in the description of this video. And this is some of the Black Ops 2 footage that they recently got at the new event they just had. I don't know what event it was, and I'm basically going to go through it and talk and give my feelings about it. It's not very long. I just wanted to kind of walk into this video and just kind of show it out. Again, this is Ernest Lee's gameplay. This is not my own. I have no experience with the game. But from what it looks like, I'm probably going to like this game. And I'll check you guys in a bit. I've gone over this video a couple times, and one thing I noticed is I really love how clean and crisp all the gameplay looks. If you notice here that this looks extremely good, like there's no like background static, there seems to be a very crisp background. Some of the previous Call of Duties would seem to always put it in a perspective that it was hazy after a certain point. It feels like the field of view is much more clean and clear. Just look off into the background. It looks almost as high def as just what you see in the foreground. That's something other Call of Duties haven't seemed to been doing. And I think it makes the game feel a lot more open and a lot more happy, if you kind of know what I mean. On the other end, this map right here kind of reminds me of Shipment. But to see how they got it split apart, that you can't really throw grenades over the middle, it's like a new and improved Shipment, if you know what I mean. And it has a very Call of Duty 4-like feel to it. I like the time to kill on it as well. If you notice, Ernest Lee right here is taking shots and able to pick his gunfights and actually leave a gunfight if he wants to. And I think that's a really good step forward as well. But I don't know how that's going to affect on stuff like when you actually get into stuff that's not land-based, because I'm pretty sure might be land-based footage. So I don't know what to say about that. The sniping and the tomahawks and the ballistic knives really look cool. Tomahawks is actually something I just recently got into on Black Ops, and you get so much joy out of tomahawking somebody sitting in the corner. I don't know why I didn't get into it earlier, but tomahawks are something I'll probably be using in the future. But that's my take on this little short gameplay. What do you guys think about it? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm sleepy as shit right now. I'm actually doing this commentary right now because just something to do to try to keep me awake. And a lot of people really want to see some solo gameplay from me. And I kind of got this gameplay by accident. It's not by accident that I got it skill-wise. I didn't mean to play solo. Perfectly honest, I was actually playing with my party. I went to get something to drink or something. I come back and I'm thrown into this game by myself. And I didn't realize it till after, I don't know, I think it was like 15 or 20 tickets in that like nobody on my team was talking back to me. I was like, oh, I'm by myself. So, yeah. Oh, man. One of the downsides is of gaming in general is being nocturnal. How many of you guys out there have basically stayed up all night, be it a school break or even right now with Christmas break, just gaming, and all of a sudden it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, you're ready to go to bed, where everybody else is waking up. And I'm in one of those kind of ruts right now. One of those ruts, and I'm trying to get out of it right now. And I'm doing anything and everything I can do to keep me awake, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes at a time. It's currently like 2:01 p.m. while I'm doing this. And like, I went for a walk, I rode the exercise bike, I've done anything I could for visual bodily stimulation. I'm sorry, I'm slurring my words. And what are some of the things you guys do? I'm trying to make it at 8 o'clock. That's probably that means I got another 5 hours. I mean, I want to say Call of Duty would be my best bet. Just play Call of Duty and mind numb it. Because I don't know. I'm at the point where driving would be risky, if you know what I mean. Oh, and have you guys ran into any Christmas noobs yet? I've been watching my brother play for like the last hour and a half, and just something to keep me doing, because I don't feel like I would be able to play up to where I would enjoy to play. And I've worked pretty hard lately to try to pick my kill to death ratio up. And when I say pick my kill death ratio up, I'm not gonna sit there and ignore objectives and things like that to pick a KD up. But been playing with some people, strong people. A lot of Blackbird spam been going on, and been able to pick it up. Oh, I love those. I love one of the coolest things about Black Ops 2 is the capture kill. I love the feeling of a capture kill. You get 1, 2, or in some case 3 capture kills, it really, really excites you. It does. Just because you know how quick your kill streaks are coming right there at the base of the door. I'm only going to show you one round of this. The second round, I ended up doing what I did the first round again. Ended up dumping at the end of the game. I think I was like 59-12 because a guy joined, and he ended up going big because my team weren't really trying. Luckily for me, I was able to go big really quick a couple times in a row before some of the better players on their team actually caught up with my team and their lack of ability to play. So this isn't a regular thing. I do want to go ahead and talk to you guys about something I've noticed with the VTOL warship. Well, even like this, you'll see me switch back and forth between the Lodestar here. I really like the VTOL warship, and I've been playing with it a lot, mainly because I play with a couple guys that get all the swarms and dogs, and it's like there's no use to run the swarm or dog because they always have it called in. So the VTOL warship has to fight with the stealth chopper, and nobody on my team usually runs stealth chopper, so I'm pretty much okay in that department. So VTOL warship, here's some pro tips I can give you with this thing since we're about to go into it. First off, make sure you change back and forth from your FLIR with the Y button. This will bring thermal on and off, and it's very good when you're looking for people. When you first come in, you'll have the thing open. If you're having trouble finding people, pressing Y will make them appear yellow. Because the way the VTOL warship works is it doesn't show people red unless you're actually pointing the ship in that direction. After a couple uses of the VTOL warship, or after you've played the maps a while, you'll start to learn where the spawns actually center at. So basically spam the missiles at one of the spawns that you might think they're going to spawn at. Since they don't appear right away as kind of like a courtesy, you can easily just shoot the missile at one spawn, shoot your gun at the other, and just look for hit markers. The missiles are really strong. They're almost like a cluster bomb from the Hellfire, and you can get a lot of kills with them. Luckily, it just takes a huge area up. But that's the best thing I can give you. What's some tips for you guys can give me about staying up? Peace, people. Hello, guys. My name is Jordy Jordan, and I like to play Call of Duty video games, and this sounds like a Hutch ripoff. But one of the things that I kind of enjoy in video games has kind of faded over time. Well, other than the standard difficulty of games in general, it's the fact that the grind is kind of getting took away from video games. Obviously, there's a grind in Call of Duty. There is. The prestige system is nothing more than a grind system, and it's there to appease players like me that really, really want to grind. If everybody's noticed, well, a pose from Modern Warfare 3, I have maxed my prestige in every game of Call of Duty. I'm sure a lot of you guys have, because more than just me enjoy the grind. But when I grew up with games like Phantasy Star, and I grew up with games like Dungeons and Dragons Warriors, the Eternal Sun. I grew up with like Final Fantasy, and those games were all about the grind. I mean, the idea of the grind was more. Well, let's start here. To be perfectly honest, why did we grind as kids, or why did I grind as a kid? I was sitting there thinking about this, and like, the only conclusion I could come up with was because I didn't want to actually take the time to build a formula around other enemies. But at the exact same time, I did build formulas around other enemies. Even if I was 10 levels higher than I should be fighting Seymour, I still set up the barrier. I still set up the regain. Yeah, well, Seymour's actually Final Fantasy X, but he's the first boss I can remember that was just like, because he was one of those bosses, the kind that always comes right before like a 5-minute cutscene, and you can't skip the cutscene. I mean, you can't do it. You have to watch that cutscene every time you fail on him, and I can't stand that. That's what it ripped into my mind, because I had to watch that stupid cutscene on the side of that stupid mountain. And I don't even remember the name of the mountain. It was the mountain with all the blue guys lived on it, that Kimari was. I don't even remember what they were either. But I remember that damn cutscene because it was ripped into my psyche. Oh, by the way, this gun I'm using, this is a rapid fire target finder LSAT. And I picked it up. So you can't really criticize me for using a target finder in this case. I picked it up. Well, I can't really. Let me go ahead and be the devil's advocate here. I did pick it up because it was like, ooh, target finder. Like, I get excited. He's like, oh yeah, target finder. But it wasn't that bad. The LSAT with the rapid fire isn't that bad. It's not something I would normally put on it myself. But if you're bored and you want to try it out, I'd drop a nuclear right here. And this is part of the kills. I think I get over half my kills in nuclear with this weapon, mainly because it just had tons and tons of ammo. I wonder who the hell had it. It had to be somebody on the other team, because it's got the blue tiger on there. Blue tiger increases your damage by 3%. Did you? Go ahead and try it out. But back to our grind. You see what I did there? Even if it wasn't just leveling up, it was like getting items. The grind for the items. Like, I loved. Like, one of the most fondest moments I ever had as a kid was getting the deep dark dungeon weapons. The deep dark dungeons and Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, boy. Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics had 12 dungeons, one for each of the Zodiacs, that was 100% pitch black. The only way you actually got light in the dungeons was by killing enemies. So you had to slowly walk your way down and kill the enemies. And every time they would drop a crystal, it would light up the dungeons. Like, whoom! And it was cool because you didn't want to grab the crystals, and you wanted to avoid the enemies from grabbing the crystals so you can keep light there. But at the same time, you had to find the exit. The exit was a random panel somewhere on the map. And also on the map, if you had the chemists move find item, you could get really cool stuff. And by really cool stuff, I mean stuff like Excalibur 2. You could get, just Robe of the Lords. Just all this really good top tier items that you couldn't normally get anywhere else in the game. Obviously, once you went into the Deep Dark Dungeon, you want to start avoiding knights, because knights could break your stuff. But at the same time, it was very cool. I mean, Final Fantasy Tactics is one of those games that, I love the grind. I love the grind. It's almost like Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is another game that's just fucking fantastic to grind. Just that feeling of hitting level 77 after 76. Just a fantastic feeling. Or even like lately, Diablo 3, hitting level 60 on that hardcore monk. That was a great achievement. It's like, yeah, I did it. I did what other people couldn't. And like, at the time, there wasn't a whole lot of level 60 hardcore guys. But the grind's something I feel like they need to come back into video games. It like a lot of games, pretty much pad stat themselves. What does pad stat mean? Well, it's not obviously not the right word, but basically make the game longer than it is by just adding stupid stuff. I went and talked about Darksiders just a while ago. Darksiders had an area that you had to do 2 or 3 times just to get through an area, and all it was there was just to put length onto the game. And I thought that was stupid. What's your guys' opinion on grinding? It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. If you could, check out my Angel French video. It came off really well. I was up against a really strong team. I almost dropped a nuclear there as well. But you can pretty much get to see Angel's view of it. Also, Workout Wednesdays. Suggestions are open. I'm currently still thinking about it.
What's up, hipsters and hip-eps? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and we're going to talk about something that I've talked about a few times before, but this is going to be the last one, and I want to go ahead and discuss how you can maybe detune everybody's favorite attachment on Black Ops 2, the Target Finder. The Target Finder is basically the equivalent of Marksman Pro. That's it. That's the intention of the Target Finder. But they did a couple other things that made the Target Finder even better than normal. One, it takes all the sway off of your gun. And especially when Black Ops first came out and assault rifles had sway, and submachine guns still have sway, so do LMGs. The Target Finder is a huge plus in this category. So what you could do is you could either add sway to the Target Finder, you could make Ghost block the Target Finder, you could take the UAV out while somebody's using the Target Finder. These are just 3 examples of possible solutions that would make the Target Finder more balanced compared to other things. I feel like the mini-map would be the one that would most likely be used for the main reason that it's the one that most likely makes sense. For example, the idea of the Target Finder is you lose peripheral vision when you're using it, but you gain the ability to spot targets on the map. So if people lose their mini-map when they go in the Target Finder, just like you would with a sniper scope, because it gives that effect of tunnel vision, it would make sense. It makes sense. You lose the mini-map. This wouldn't really cause that much more of people not using Target Finder. Man, my voice is just taking a poop. The people that will really stop using the Target Finder are going to be the stronger players if you take the mini-map away. You're still going to get that corner death. You're still going to get that death from across the map. Because, think about it. People still use the DSR when it takes your mini-map away 100% of the time. And, you could make it to the point where it's Blast Shield. But Blast Shield nobody used. So then you'd have a worthless attachment taking up data space. How do we make the Target Finder somewhat good? I mean, realistically, the only way to do it is to make the counter to Target Finder a perk that somebody might use. And Ghost would be that perk to me. I mean, because then you'd have, Ghost already becoming an even better perk. And then you have something to contrast with Flak Jacket. And then maybe take Hardline off or something like that. None of these things would bother me. I mean, people have this consensus that people that use Target Finders actually need them. That's why I picked this gameplay right here behind it. I mean, no, we're not playing the best players in the world, and yes, it's demolition. It's just something I'm trying to get the tags for demolition, not the little player card thingies. But people have this incantation that you need the Target Finder to shoot people, like you wouldn't see them normally. I guess on the PlayStation that's true, but I'm gonna go so far and put this defense for the PlayStation. The PlayStation, the way that they coded the game and how bad the PlayStation looks on Black Ops 2, you pretty much need a Target Finder on PlayStation. I mean, it's so hard to see across the map because everything looks a little bit out of focus. And I don't know if you get used to it, but it's there, and it's notably there. And if you say it isn't there, you're lying to yourself. Oh, man. But these are the 2 solutions that pretty much I see happening. That's only way you're going to actually really fix the Target Finder itself. I've never really had a complaint with the Target Finder or Marksman in that case. I mean, I just found that they were very useful parts of the game. That's like me crying about the MP40. I never really cried about the MP40. I'm sitting there trying to think. The only time I've ever really cried about a game mechanic, well, there's 2 times. 2 times. I didn't like, well, 3 times. I didn't like Dead Man's Hand. I thought that was stupid. I also didn't like the noob tubes from Modern Warfare 3. I thought that was stupid. Well, I'm thinking about a 4th time. I did like Painkiller as well. That's why I kind of named a podcast after it. But these situations, you don't come into them that often, and they didn't really ruin the game. I don't think back to this point now and go, oh, Modern Warfare 2 was a bad game because of Painkiller. No, Painkiller was more of like, why you hear Painkiller on, son? That kind of deal. I mean, when I think about Modern Warfare 2, I think about noob tubes. And I think about how badly noob tubes ruined that game.
And how, you know, that's all I think about in Modern Warfare 2. Everything else I think about Modern Warfare 2 was in very good, you know, I I love the game. Modern Warfare 2 was a great game when Noob Tubes wasn't in it. You can say Commando and all these other things, but even then, Commando didn't really bother me at all. That was the thing. And like, I've never really had a weapon combo that bothered me. The MP40 would have been the closest one that bothered me. I mean, there's all kinds of variables, and Call of Duty's been taking lately. Call of Duty's been taking this route. If everything's overpowered, nothing's OP, and that's the route they take, and it's usually a pretty good route. Modern Warfare 2 took that route, and Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion, is still the best balanced Call of Duty out there. Every gun on Modern Warfare 2 was usable, and they could compete against each other. Black Ops 1, it came close. Almost the LMGs suffered in Black Ops 1. Modern Warfare 3, it kind of lost sight. I mean, it went back again to like just having 2 or 3 guns that were really, really good. I mean, what guns are we? What guns are that people use? They use the Type 95. They use the MP7, and they use the PP90M1, I think. And that's what you mainly see. Or in the Striker. In the Striker. Whereas this game, you know, it got a little bit better in Modern Warfare 3, but it's not back up to like Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2 levels. LMGs finally make a very good return, and this game actually tried to make every class of weapons to be unique in their own form or way, and like, I kind of like that too. I like that LMGs are really good at long range. I like that assault rifles are only really good at medium range. The only problem is the way the maps were designed. It made submachine guns very prevalent. It's not that they're overpowered. It's just that they're more prevalent for the way the maps are designed. And, I mean, I don't really complain about it. You don't see me go, oh, man, I can't stand all these submachine gun users. I mean, that's the product of its environment. It's not something that you can change. But if I had to fix Target Finder, the way I would fix them was the way I told you right there. I would pretty much take the mini-map out. But even then, you're not going to... you know, take away the deaths that's frustrating to you. Is it going to go out the game? No, it's not. I mean, they kept noob tubes in the game. They kept a bunch of other things in the game. But that's it. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any other suggestions for why the target finder should or should not be in the game, and any ways to counter it that will make it useful, but not as good as it is now?
Yeah, boy! It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you audio commentary today on Grind. It's a revolutionary DLC map pack from Black Ops 2, and I'm using the Peacemaker still. Even though I've kind of moved on from it as a whole, I'm still using the gun. It is by far my favorite submachine gun. It kind of depressed me how I've seen some of the videos that came out talking so badly about it. Yes, it's not very good up close. Yes, it's not really a submachine gun. I look at it as like just like what it is, a hybrid weapon. It's like a submachine gun that's really good as an assault rifle. And I look at it as like an assault rifle that has a free attachment on it, the adjustable stock. I mean, that's pretty much all I can really say about the weapon itself. And other than it's really, really good at medium range. Other than that, what's up, dudes? Posting some gameplay here on... This is Grind. Grind is a map that a lot of people are like, oh, I'm glad you didn't post gameplay on Grind. And Grind is one of those maps that I really like it. I do. It kind of reminds me of Stadium. It kind of does it. The only reason it reminds me of Stadium is because it has this really bright, vibrant color, and it's like the hockey rink type environment. The map itself, I can't really pinpoint a map that it reminds me of as a whole. I mean, it has so many different things going for it. It feels like the really one unique map in itself. I mean, you could say Stadium, because Stadium also had like a bomb inside of the like ice rink or the hockey rink area, but for the most part it has no characteristics of Stadium itself. It is very unique. It's probably the most unique map I've ever played on Call of Duty. It almost makes me feel like I'm playing a Tony Hawk game or either buying a used car, because it has the little air balloon guys. I mean, it feels like that. They're like, oh, a Lamborghini, there's an air balloon guy, well, let's buy a car. My inability to pinpoint it. Matter of fact, let's go and talk about this, because this is on my mind. These maps are so refreshing. It's amazing how refreshing these maps are. Like, I was so burned out on Black Ops 2. I mean, it happens quicker every year. It does. And I was so burned out on it, and then these maps come along and they're so vibrant, and it's amazing how vibrant the colors are. Like for that air balloon, for example, since we're going to see him through most of this video because I work my dog streaks up here. That air balloon, why didn't they integrate something like that in the maps to begin with? I'm just wondering, because a lot of the maps that come with the game off the disc, they're kind of drab. Like, these maps are cool. These maps are fun. They're vibrant. They have a nice little theme. They all have their little logo themes on it. And they don't feel like the maps themselves. Like, I'm looking at this map. Now picture Raid. You've seen a good bit of Raid maps. Doesn't Raid in your head feel drab compared to this map right here? It does. It almost feels like Raid's Black Ops 1 gameplay. And even then, one of the big qualms or one of the big, high hoes I gave about Black Ops 2 was that, wow, they finally found a color palette that didn't really suck. And, it sucks to see, washed out colors all the time. I mean, it works for some games. Fallout's a game that has a lot of washed out colors because it sets the atmosphere for washed out. Whereas Call of Duty is a arcade party game shooter, and this right here is the kind of environment I pictured it in. And it's really odd. Like, you ever come around the corner wanting a head glitch and you run into something like this? How are you even supposed to clip off of this? I mean, it's ridiculous. But, that's just part of the fun of the map. It makes you think. It makes you be happy on your toes. It's kind of like the map Mirage. Mirage is a map that's very, very frustrating, but very rewarding at the same time. It's one of those maps that just keeps throwing stuff at you, and you either can beast or you can just go one for one. And that's the kind of scenario I've put myself in Mirage. Mirage is the map I've had the most trouble with learning and adapting to. Every other gameplay, every other map, I can actually get a good gameplay on. But it seems like the level, let's go camp levels. Downhill's the easiest, grind's number 2, Hydro, and then Mirage. That's the 3 levels I found myself playing in. What is your guys' opinion? Do you think this map pack is refreshing? Do you think this map pack is way better than every other map pack I've ever seen? In my opinion, this right here is the best map pack they've ever put out. This map pack rivals the ones they put out in World at War. They only put out one bad map pack in World at War, Map Pack 2. 1 and 3, both fantastic. They added fantastic features such as the zombie levels. And I'm overall happy with this map pack, and I would suggest buying it if you haven't already.
What's up? I got some shit you wanna see. Right here on Intense Camping Productions. Alright, I know there's all kinds of skill gaps, and everybody plays the game differently. Everybody has the right to play the game. But, man, they really, really, really need to redo how you get matched up. I don't care if it takes an extra 3 or 4 minutes. I can listen to a song on YouTube. But, man, how many times? Raise your hand. Let's see the head count. Have you got into a game and your team was the worst possible scenario of Down syndrome handicap burn victims that got their Xbox through Make-A-Wish Foundation? It is impeccable how bad the players on my team are this game. Don't get me wrong. I've seen worse. I have. I've played with worse. But they did something in this game that was so amazing to me that I had to post this video. This is almost like a rendition of I Hate My Team series. A series that would never go over well nowadays, but went over really well when YouTube first came out, or where YouTube Call of Duty in general first came out. The I Hate My Team series. But I hate this goddamn team I'm on right here. Keep in mind that I'm doing what most would consider as camping. Camping in this game is what most people call strategic play, where you watch lines of sight and you kill people as they run aimlessly out of their spawn, or maybe even kill them as they spawn. That's what camping is. If you notice, I'll switch through 3 or 4 different areas in the game and just basically pound kids and pretty much give myself as big of an advantage of a gunfight as I possibly can. That's what camping is, I guess. I mean, I've always considered camping sitting in a corner, but that goes into the whole target finder noise that people go on about. I mean, people complain about the target finder, like, oh, target finder, motherfucker, the map's 2 feet by 2 feet. If you can't find people on these maps without the target finder, you need to reevaluate your life. Nobody uses the target finder for those damn red triangles. I don't. You know why I use the target finder? I use the target finder because it has a really good sight, it has that right level of zoom, and it takes sway off weapons that might have a lot of sway, such as LMGs and submachine guns. Generally, the only times you see me run target finder is on like an LMG or submachine gun. How often do you see me put gameplay up with the assault rifle target finder? I used to do it a lot because it's still the best gun sight for any rifle. But on the other hand, EOTech's just as good, or in this case, the variable zoom works just as well for the LMGs. You don't need the target finder. But people are like, the target finder's cheap. But motherfuckers that call the target finder cheap have a C4 attached to the bottom of their damn equipment. And be like, well, you can just wear flak jacket for C4. Well, motherfucker, you can just wear cold-blooded for target finder. Aren't we in the same damn hole here? Let's not talk about making no sense. I want you to watch this part right here in the game. This end part is the reason I uploaded this game, and I'm on this God Forsaken rant. Here it comes. Notice the score at the bottom of the screen. It's 55 to 56. I'm amazed myself because I'm doing very well. I've almost put my kill streaks together 3 times. I mean, I'm constantly getting kills. There's no point in this game where I'm not almost beastifying on somebody. I get my kills together. I'm like, yep, this game's in the bag. And I look and I'm like, we're losing by 2. I'm like, how the fuck are we losing by 2? So keep watching, all right? So I'm like, fuck it. I'm telling people, I'm like, come on, guys, get in the house. Come camp in the house. I can backpack us. My kill streaks are coming. These motherfuckers are capable of dying faster than a warthog and a stealth chopper can get kills on Nuketown. How the fuck do you do that? How do you die that fucking much? It's impressive how much these people die. Dude, let's throw your PlayStation out the window. Go play bots. Do something. Get the hell out of public matches. I don't know.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you another audio commentary today. And we're back on downhill again because this seems to be the map I've gotten the most consistent gameplay on. So, what is consistent gameplay? Consistent gameplay is when you can basically do well every game. It has a lot to do with understanding where people are coming from, understanding how people work, and understanding how to win the gunfights consistently and setting up the gunfights so you can win them. That's the type of gameplay you'll see if you subscribe to my channel or if you follow me in depth. I do not make rushing type gameplays. I do not make camping type gameplays. I try to my best to make gameplays that constitute the win in every form and fashion. That means controlling the engagement, setting up the kills, making sure your kill streaks are used optimally, and basically running over the enemy. And you can do this in a number of factors. You can do this, one, by either setting your team up so your friends all are aware and all your friends are on the same level. And a lot of people come to me and ask, like, well, Wings, we all can't have full parties all the time. What can we do about this? And I say shenanigans. You can have a full party if you're willing to work for it. My brother just started playing Call of Duty just within the last year or so. And he gets to play in a full party every time he walks in. You know why? Instead of feeling hatred, instead of feeling that need, that want, that desire to cuss at somebody on the other team that maybe, is playing in a full party or maybe is doing something that you don't like, why don't you instead extend the hand of invitation, the friendship, the olive branch of relations, and give them a chance, or give yourself a chance to become their friend. Even when I wasn't a Call of Duty commentator, even when I didn't have all of this to basically get on the same level field and have the ability to tweet out to 80,000 people, hey, you guys, you want to come play some Call of Duty? I still ran in full parties. I mean, you can contest to this day. I ran in very strong full parties. Some of the people in the parties I ran with are today some of the commentators that you're seeing on the channel, such as Cold Side of the Pillow. He used to be one of my search and destroy buddies way back when I played strictly on PlayStation and World at War. I didn't realize that because he changed his name, but coming about, that's it. Fisticuffs example. I mean, I'm not on the greatest terms with Fisticuffs, and we don't see eye to eye on everything. But I no means hate the guy. But even me and Fisticuffs, we played Mortal Kombat Deception together.
I mean, it's a small world when you become to video games, and if you strive to be good at video games, other people that strive to be good at video games will want you on their team. That's the reason there is terms like full parties. That's the reason there is terms like, blackbird whoring or spawn camping, is because people get together and they want to win, and people naturally want to win. Why do we play Call of Duty as a whole? We play Call of Duty to interact with our friends. And to interact with our friends isn't to sit there and be like, fuck man, fuck, damn, shit, just crying because somebody's doing something we don't like. You set the engagement up so you can have a fun, playable, enjoyable experience. To a lot of people, that's a lot of different things. Some people like to hang out with zombies. Some people like to go to party games. Some people like to sit in domination with a full party and just laugh and joke around and get the big kill streaks. Find what you love. Find the niche. The beautiful thing about Call of Duty and why Call of Duty's lasted so much longer than other things that Activision have hoarded out, like Rock Band, is because it has that fun friendship environment. Rock Band took off because it offered that fun environment. Your buddies could come over to your house and you could play guitar, and you could see who could do better, and you could see who could actually get the licks on the harder difficulty. Call of Duty takes that formula and goes a step further. It offers fast gameplay, arcade-style shooting, and your friends can sit there laugh and joke, and you can compete with each other online. You don't have to go to each other's house. You don't have to schedule time out to come play Rock Band at Bob's house. You can just hop on Call of Duty after work, hop on Call of Duty then. And another thing that makes Call of Duty so accessible is the fact that you can hop on Call of Duty 24 hours a day. There's never a time you can jump on this game and not have somebody to play with. I mean, the negativity in this community is something that I've never understood. I mean, there's always this rival category, this rival setups, copying, blah 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 blah. There's no need for competition in the Call of Duty in the YouTube community of Call of Duty. You know why? Because it doesn't help with anything. Being better than someone else in the COD community doesn't give you anything. I mean, it might inspire a few thousand people to come watch your videos for a certain type, but it doesn't really help you in the long run, because at the end of the day, the competition is more about you'd actually grow faster working with someone than you would do hating on someone, and that's the honest truth. But back to the original question, I can't have a full team. You can't have a full team because you don't want a full team. And that's perfectly fine. There's game modes out there for people that play solo. There's Mercenary Mosh Pit, there's Free-for-All, and there's Team Deathmatch. Those three game types really lend themselves towards playing solo. But what if you want to play domination only? Well, that's when you need to actually go ahead and get some friends. If you're in the domination mood, get some friends that are willing to play. And it's very easy. It's very simple. And it's so simple, it's almost idiotic to tell somebody how to do it. If you run into a domination game and you see 2 or 3 guys on the mic and they're laughing, and you think, man, I wonder if they got a full party, like, hey dude, can you pick me up? The worst thing that's going to happen is no. And people are afraid of the word no. I did a series called Fail Friday forever. And during Fail Friday, most of the questions were about girls. And I found that most of the questions that were related to girls was because of people afraid of being turned down. You're going to be told no. No is going to happen a lot of times in your life. And the faster you deal with no, the faster you start moving forward in life. Because no doesn't really mean anything. It just means at that certain time, at that certain point, it doesn't work out for the two parties. Maybe another time it'll be a yes. And you might get 1,000 no's per one yes. But the fact is, you only really care about the yeses in the end. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out at 5,000. Well, hello everybody, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. This is going to be a really short video today, but I wanted to talk about a subject I seen on the news just yesterday, and I felt like I'd just throw it over some Call of Duty gameplay and just get it out there. Gay marriage. Well, for those of you who don't know, the Supreme Court are actually doing a meeting or a court date or whatever the hell they call it. I don't know what they called it. They're basically meeting about the gay marriage, maybe putting it into effect that people of homosexual tendencies can be married and have all the benefits of a married person. And I've seen some of the most stupid, asinine comments out there. There's just one that stood out in particular. It's in my mind right now. A judge went and said this comment. He goes, to deem something unconstitutional because of the rights of being married or redoing the bounds of being married that sociologists have brought to my attention that a person within two of the same sex in a family of two people of the same sex marriage, like say for adoption, because if you allow two gay people to marry, you can allow two gay people to adopt, that it is harmful to the child. This is their defense. It's harmful to the child to be put into an environment that have two of the same sex parents, be it either two women or two men. And I'm looking at this flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. I don't even use the word flabbergasted, and that's the only word I could find that described the way I was looking when I was reading this on the I was hearing this on the news channel. And I was sitting there thinking, man, this is why our court system's fucked up. This is why we have shitty laws. This is why there's speed traps. Right here. This line of thinking. Right there. Dude, what does it fucking matter if two guys raise a boy or if two girls raise a boy? I'm one of those people that have a strong belief that being a homosexual is something that you're born into. You have a chemical imbalance in your brain and you're just born that way. A buddy of mine, his name's Bradley. I remember him as a baby. He was perfectly fine, but as soon as he turned 5 or 6, you could tell he had a little bit of fruit in the gas tank. I mean, it just happens that way. There was nothing to influence him. He just was more feminine than others. Another guy I grew up with named Kyle. But not the Kyle you guys know. It was another Kyle. He was the same way. You could tell at an early age of playing with him that his toys were somewhat different than my toys. Like when I went home, I didn't have Barbies. He did. And this is just what it is. I mean, people are born gay. That's not a lifestyle choice. I mean, you could be a lifestyle choice to pretend that you're not gay. Some people do that. But the idea is there. You can't change who you are as a person. But anyway, first thing I thought about, like, alright, so sociologists, these people that deem what everything matters will make a child more harmful. But let's use those sociologists for us. What about all the people that grow up without a father? They're more likely to go to jail. What about most of the people that grow up without a father or without a mother that turn out perfectly fine? What about all the people that grow up without a father that don't go to jail? What about all the people that grew up without a mother that don't turn out to be scumbags? The fact is, you're looking at a populace of maybe 10% and trying to justify the effects in trying to put order where no order actually is. You're trying to put order out of chaos. And even like if you boil a pot of water, you'll understand that not everything works the way you predict it to work. Water looks like there's a reason why the bubbles go a certain way. But we learn that there's no reason whatsoever. The chance that a child is going to go to prison because they have just a mother or no father figure is probably around the same chance as a person that becomes a serial killer with two loving parents. It is fucking ridiculous that you would even come to the conclusion that you shouldn't allow two people a bond. And at this point, marriage is nothing more than a tax break and a couple other things. A bond between two people. For the main reason, why do gays want to get married? I've asked this question myself, and I got the answer myself. So I was thinking, like, why would you want to be married, which is a religious ceremony, in a religion that doesn't want you a part of it? Well, to be perfectly honest, why they want to get married is so they could, so their partner, their lover, or whatever you want to call it, could actually make decisions on their life. They can get power of attorney. Say one gets in a car wreck and the other one can actually have somebody to choose if he's going to live or die or things like that, or they can leave estates to it. In any other reasons, they can't do it. Let them get married. It hurts nobody. If you're a fool and think that the sanctity of marriage is anything more than a tax break, you're a fool. Plain and simple. And if you're worried about being gays taking over, have you noticed how many people are on this earth? There's 314 million in the United States alone. There's like 6 billion in the whole world. We're in not dire straits of not being able to repopulate. Plenty of people still love the pussy. I don't know. Let the gay guys get married. Let the gay girls get married. Quit worrying and stereotyping and trying to isolate these people like they're these monsters that come out at night. It's ridiculous.
When you boil off of.
Come on now.
Oh, you're talking about from
No,
Star
no,
Wars?
I'm talking
No,
My
not
Little Pony,
Star
dog.
Trek,
That
bro.
is Bubba Fett's. That's Bubba Fett's dad.
My Little
Oh, My
Pony,
Little Pony.
Django Fett.
Yo, if you guys lose, you owe me $100, okay? Dead ass.
Looks like I'll be keeping
$100
$100 today.
Yeah, which one are you paying up?
Man, we don't got that
What we
though.
playing? What we playing? Search? S&D? Oh, yeah.
Search.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, dude, you better not lose.
Search and destroy.
Happier than a Big Mac, son.
Mega Mac, bro. How about that Mega Mac?
Alright.
Protect the objectives.
Yeah, right here.
He went mid. Rockburn.
All others are dead. It's up to you. Bomb is armed.
Yo, let's go.
We lost
I
that
did.
round, but it's not over yet. Step up.
Oh shit.
I was hoping to get them both, at least come with all the kills.
Search and destroy. Clear the objectives.
Fully bomb.
Charges acquired.
Someone needs to go mid. Don't watch the free fire. Yep. Mid.
Bullseye.
Bomb
There's one
dropped.
guy. I think he's on open stairs.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Ah.
Behind you. Behind you. Wow.
We lost that round, but it's not over
You're
yet.
gonna lose,
Step
bro.
up.
Nice turn on though. Dude, I was right down the stairs too.
That was about a knife that, yeah.
Switching operation ready point.
Alright, guys.
Search
Don't
and
challenge.
destroy.
Don't challenge. It's a defense.
Protect the objective.
I'm flashed.
Finish the mission. You're all that remains. Time's almost up. Bomb online.
fucking lagging, of course.
We lost
Fucking
that
up.
round, but it's not over yet. Step up. Switching sides.
Pretty seasoned. I can do
Come on, guys.
Search and
We
destroy.
can beat these guys. We should be down 3-0. Okay, take your time.
Neutralize the objective.
Everybody's going their own
Bomb
separate way.
acquired.
Look, the bomb's going right. Everybody else is going left. What's the problem here?
Bingo. Mid.
Gun down.
Guy broke the glass.
Bomb carrier down.
He's in library.
Two up. I got the other one
Not
back
me,
here.
one's
Good
not
A.
me.
Check your timeline.
Alright, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Alright, dude, I'm planting. He's gonna be coming from mid or
Just
somewhere.
get it down.
dude.
Just get it down.
Bomb is armed.
You got eyes on it? Look at it. Okay.
Yep. Got it.
Oh, man.
Good
How
job.
you
Get
doing,
ready for the
Fire
next
Solid?
round.
Hey, we were.
EMP
Lagging,
swarm.
You were just sitting there. Are you stupid?
Don't get that EMP swarm, Magma.
Yeah.
Got that kneecap up. Gonna be the kneecap up.
Did you not
I
look at?
forgot.
Switching sides.
Oh, chill. You're losing.
How are you?
Yeah.
Search and destroy. Protect the objective.
Take your time, guys. Win your gunfights.
One mid going B,
EMP,
one mid going
bottom
B.
pool side. Bottom,
Let's call it. Oh, double stairs. He's weak.
Hey, pull. The pool. In the pool.
I'm coming to back you up.
Lightning
Nice.
strike on
I got
standby.
fucking double teamed.
Let's go. Yeah, it's done with this.
Hey, they rush mid on fucking offense hard. They rush mid and they split off. They split off to A and to B.
Search and destroy.
Let's go A, let's go A.
Neutralize the objectives.
I got two kill
Charges
streaks here.
acquired.
I'm gonna use them.
Oh shit, TV guard.
wow.
Sentry gun ready to deploy.
Yo, he's going zigzag. I'm about to plant. Yo, Jingo.
Yep.
Come over here, watch
The
this.
bomb has been planted.
Alright.
Watch mid.
He's back here in the garage. Oh, I'm about to say, dude, nothing is hitting him.
Good job. Get ready for the next round.
Damn, dude, you already got the backpack out today, son.
Just ran in the middle and shot him.
Yeah,
You hauling us that 0-3 comeback. Let's go.
Switching sides.
Down. Yeah, I didn't want to go over there because
Search and
I was afraid he
destroy.
was going to come open stairs or double stairs.
Defend the objective.
Our sensors can
Lightning strike coordinates received.
There we go. Hey, check bomb though. I think I saw him at
Not
Jake.
bang,
Good
son.
job. Get
Hey,
ready for the
15
next
and 1.
round.
Oh, my
Don't
God.
ham.
Django, what you doing, motherfucker?
Dude. Oh,
Django, hold us down!
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Switching sides.
Oh, I'm not the search player.
Search and destroy. Clear the objectives.
Let's go A again. Let's go A. Come on.
We got the
I'm
bomb.
a
Just take your time, Django. Don't push. Don't push. I got another Hellstorm I'm gonna use.
After this.
Kitchen. One more kitchen.
Friendly Hellstorm missile inbound.
Oh, Mom.
He's in the bomb.
Ah, they got me.
We lost the bomb.
Let's go. I think you leave.
I thought 3 were dead.
Hey, fucking legs, dude.
Yo, Wings, what sensitivity do you play on?
8.
That's what I'm on right now.
What?
All right, we
That's
lost
bullshit.
Back off
He
the
ate.
shot,
Not
dude.
over yet. Get ready for the next
Thank
one.
God.
I mean, we're all floating on and off 3 bars.
Watch me go past the wall. Yeah, look at that. I'm still alive past
Wings,
the
any
wall.
more streaks?
Switching operation ready point. Search and destroy. Protect the objective.
It went pretty hard B
This
last
might
time.
go down
Watch
to the
out.
T, yeah.
Mid. One's mid. I guess that was him. Nice shot, dude. Keep watching A, Django. We got mid and Jody has B.
Right.
One up.
Hey, bomb's down mid.
I'm leaving B. So be wary.
It's too close.
I
Fight
can hear
harder.
one at A.
Good
Dude,
job,
can I
Grunts. Get
stop
ready
lagging?
for the next round.
15 seconds left. Skipping the whole fucking round.
Switching operation ready point. Search and destroy.
I got a
One more,
sentry
guys.
gun,
Get
so
us
let's go to A.
Get this plant.
Eliminate the objectives.
Okay, alright.
Just take your time. Don't
Bomb.
push. Hey, fellas. It's your boy Wings of Redemption. In this gameplay here, there's a guy on my team. His name is Afro Man and some series of numbers. And he basically told me the reason he weren't playing the objective last game was because he was sniping. And he went too negative because he was sniping. So I'm like, dude, anybody can sit in the back and snipe and do better than too negative. So he challenged me to do it, and this is what came of it. I really play the objective super hard. I mean, my win-loss was upwards of 14. Well, now it's like 5.7 because in the last month or so, I've just stopped caring. I just stopped caring about it and just started playing. been playing by myself without parties and things of that nature. And like, if I get bullshitted on, I leave. That's just the way it is. I feel it's time to kind of reminisce on Black Ops 2 a little bit. And give my honest opinion of the game. It's pretty much ran its life cycle now. We're 2 weeks out from Call of Duty Ghost and joining to the next Infinity Ward. Generally pile of shit. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Infinity Ward Call of Duties at all. I mean, I feel like they're really centered around new players and attracting new people to buy the game, which is good in a social sales standpoint. But as a player, as a guy that constantly plays these games, elements that bring new players are elements that I hate in the game. For example, Nuketown 2025, Hijacked. These are two of the maps I detest. And why do I detest them? Because they add that random element to the game. But this is me bitching about Call of Duty, which I normally do. So, like your Big Daddy Thunder, I'm going to bitch about me some Call of Duty here. I liked Black Ops 2. I do. I love Black Ops 2 a whole lot more than I like Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3, I made it to 7th Prestige on one console, and I think I made it to 5th Prestige on the other console. I did not like the game one bit. I did not find it fun. It wasn't entertaining. I didn't enjoy it, and that could have been a multitude of reasons, mainly because I was in that try-hard mode like 24/7, and I didn't really try to play it with friends. But on the flip side, it wasn't a very enjoyable game. Black Ops kind of broke me back into Call of Duty. I played Black Ops 2 a hell of a lot more than I ever played Modern Warfare 3. That being detested, I'm pretty much Master Prestige on both consoles. I say pretty much because I'm like 3 levels short on PlayStation. I just got to get on PlayStation and finish it up. I'll do that before the next 2 weeks is out. And so I played this a great deal more. And I think a lot of that, in a way, was league play. I went through kind of sections of the game of myself. I started out like I normally do, playing TDM and Domination as my core game. I play it with a bunch of friends, just trying to learn the guns, learn the maps, learn the PowerPoints. And from there, and you know, my initial phase is to pad the stats. That's the goal out the gate. I want to pad the stats to the point that when I start, you know, attempting to do the other stuff, it's not going to make me look like this horrible player. So my pad the stats stage goes by, and then I get into league play. You know, league play was a big thing going into Black Ops 2. So I got into league play, and my first stage of league play was Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch league play was a fan favorite of mine. They eventually took it out, but I loved it. I loved every aspect of it. A lot of people don't like Team Deathmatch, and I think Team Deathmatch in this game itself is the worst incarnation of Team Deathmatch has ever been, mainly because the kill streaks are so nerfed in it. I feel like Arms Race, which is a game mode they came out with for like a month, was a much more fluid and a more fun version of TDM, and the way TDM should have actually been. But all that aside, league play TDM. I loved facing good people in TDM. Why? Because it makes a standoff. Where the objective is kills, I feel like that is where the game shines the most. When every death, you know, counts, and you see these strategies come out, and you see the flaws of the game come out. What is the big flaw of this game? It was the riot shield. The riot shield was a huge mess up. Being able to plant it into the ground created strategies that were almost impossible to beat in TDM, and it was fun to set that stuff up. Everybody had you had what you called shield offs, where you had 2 master ranked teams that would just shield off against each other. Very fun games, very boring to watch. That's probably why I didn't ever bring you guys any of them, but loved that aspect of it. And then I quickly moved into Championship League play because people eventually started bitching about me playing Call of TDM League play. So I moved into Champion, got Master in that, and I really enjoy Champion League play as well. Hated Hardpoint to begin with, but it slowly won me over. I'm still not a big Hardpoint fan, and I feel like the Hardpoint in itself wasn't the problem. What was the problem was the EMP grenades. And I was talking to a buddy of mine on my Xbox friends list, and he says he never gets hit with EMP grenades. So I guess it's based on my playstyle more than anything else. But EMP grenades are something I run into a lot. Anytime that I'm doing bad I can contribute a lot of it to just EMP grenades, Span Fest. Maps like Hijack, maps like Nuketown, when you have somebody on the other team that understands EMP nades and they want to throw them, it makes the map very frustrating. Like there, right there, boom, one EMP nade right out the gate. It makes it very frustrating to play the map, and it takes a lot of the enjoyability out of the map. That with the 870 shotgun and the random spawns, this is why this is my lowest KD Call of Duty to date. I think my KD is like 2.42, maybe it's even 2.41 right now. But that's the smallest KD I've had in Call of Duty since 2008, and prior to that it was like 1.4. But that's when I started actually playing for KD and stopped sniping. But on the flip side of it, there's things I did enjoy about the game. I did enjoy that assault rifles had a good section, had a good balance with the submachine guns. I never felt like a submachine gun outpowered the assault rifles in every category, and I felt like they were almost evenly matched in a close to medium range engagement. And even long range fights you could lose to SMGs such as the MSMC. And I really enjoyed the gun balance. I enjoyed that the light machine guns were really strong. I really enjoyed the target finder sight, even though a lot of people don't like it. I really like the target finder sight. Adjustable stock, in my opinion, is something that needs to go, but it probably won't go because it's become a fan favorite all of a sudden. But with adjustable stock, there comes a new line of play, and you kind of got to adjust to it. And it's just a big change, and it's the change that was originally issued in Modern Warfare 3. And I think it was one of the main reasons I didn't like Modern Warfare 3 as much was the Stalker perk, and that with the lag compensation. Lag compensation in Modern Warfare 3 and this game itself was something new to the series. Not new to the series like it's never been there, but they changed it. It was different. I don't know what happened with it, but they've done something different with this game versus Call of Duty 4. And I feel like it was for the worst in, gunfight ability. What would I like to see Call of Duty come back to? I played Black Ops 1 the other day, and I picked up an assault rifle, and it took me like 4 or 5 shots to kill somebody. And I felt like I always was living in those games. I wish the Call of Duty would go back to that. Get away from the weapons with no recoil. Come back to the weapons with plenty of recoil and, bullet management and, positioning and tactics and using maps for strong points. Quit having maps that have 100% free flow ability. Like, for example, Hijack right here. Like, you see there's a little hatch you can get under. There's a door. There's another door to the right up here. I mean, there's always like 3 or 4 entrances to every room. And, I wish they would create more power points in the map and things of that nature. But Call of Duty as a whole, I feel like Black Ops 2 was a good entry of the series. I don't think it was the worst of the series, not by a long shot. I think Call of Duty 3 still takes the cake for that. And then Modern Warfare 3 shortly after that. But we'll see what Call of Duty Ghost has in store for us. I don't feel like there's a lot of hype going into Ghost. But I assume that it's still going to be the best selling of the series, mainly because they're going to be selling 2 copies to a lot of people. And yeah, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Audi5000. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more videos of me ranting, please let me know in the comment section below. Follow me on Facebook if you haven't done it already. I'm out.
Greetings and salutations, my brother from another mother. Let's talk about pre-firing. Pre-firing is something that's been going for age-old Call of Duty times, and I'm going to be doing my first 10 or so videos are pretty much going to be a refresher course on things you should do while playing Call of Duty. Kind of just for people that are kind of been out of the game for a while and haven't really played or been paying attention to Call of Duty. Maybe you've been coming back, you're looking for this kind of stuff again, so let's go and help you out. Pre-firing. This video right here is a clinic in my ability to pre-fire. What is pre-firing, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, my brother. What pre-firing is basically hearing the enemy's footsteps. There I go again, talking about enemy's footsteps. Footsteps are key and important. This is a game that gives you footsteps. Use them. Basically, when you can use the footsteps to judge if people are coming around the corner. If you'll notice, I start shooting before most people even get there. You couldn't do this before in games like Advanced Warfare because of a thing called lag compensation.
Beforehand, people that were on the move had the advantage versus people that were standing still. And people are like, well, good, campers need to die. You know, you might need to quit sucking. And I got played like a fiddle there. But look how good that stealth is. Like, I was coming out of it right there at the end because I felt it, but like, stealth is so fucking good. I get a little nose breaker there. That's how you panic knife now. Put 2 in him and hit him, because I think the nose breaker does something like 75 damage. I'm guessing. I don't know the code. But I only hit him twice. I hit him with 2 bullets there from a pretty weak assault rifle, and I was able to kill him with a nose breaker. So it has to do more than 50. But regardless, what you basically want to do is you want to hear the footsteps. You want to cue them up. And when you feel like they're about to come, try to guess where they're at around the corner. This is also called cutting the pie. You hear me say this all the time. Cutting the pie was more pivotal in Call of Duties without good footsteps, because that's the only way that you could actually keep yourself or your bearings alive. You would use your teammates as barriers, and you would cut the pie in a corner where you were weak at. Whereas this one, you could be a little bit more aggressive because of the footsteps, because you can kind of count on the enemy team just to be running around like a chicken with their head cut off. And what we do here at Camper Nation is we take advantage of the chicken. We rip it, we rape it, we do all the other things to it. We fry it up, put barbecue sauce on it, and become 400 pounds of your boy right here. You know, that's how it came there, eating motherfucking scrubs for dinner. That's how it became obese. It's a true story. But it works so wonderfully. Like, every time you see me, I'm usually pre-firing. Come here, shoot that down. I see this guy slip back away. You want people to play your game. You don't want them to play. You want people to play your game. You don't want to play their game. Make them play to you. That's the way you control the enemy. You're controlling the enemy. That's the whole goal. You're controlling their emotions. You're controlling how they run their routes. You're controlling what weapon they use. They're going to try to think they can outsmart you, but you're controlling that too. You want them to throw the stun grenade. You want them to go out there and waste their time, because you're going to hear them. And as soon as they cock that grenade pin off, you're going to jump out there, you're going to shoot them, and you're going to take a little bit of splash damage. But that's what you're going to do, because you're a superior player. Superior player breeds superior tactics. Boy right there had his fucking Tempest out, his little scrub lightning cannon weapon. It ain't gonna fucking content for the pre-fire of the old Kuda here. By the way, submachine guns, I haven't used all of them, but the Kuda is probably the best for the pre-fire. It has a good rate of speed, controllable recoil, and it, like, the VMP is pretty good too, but like, it's hard to get multiple people with the VMP because it shoots so fast, and it's really reckless with ammo. But you can do it. But like, if you're going to use a submachine gun strictly, I suggest the Kuda. I haven't got to use the last one, or the Pharaoh, but my boy Louis Sorez been using the Pharaoh, and it's been more like an assault rifle than anything else. But every time you see me turn around and I hear somebody, it's strictly from footsteps. Right there's another example of pre-fire. I'm aiming down sight against the wall here. I see 2 people coming up on the mini-map right here. I'm waiting for them. I see this guy coming here, and I start pre-firing. This is probably the longest pre-fire you see me do. But that's what I basically did. I switched out his weapon, trying to get my UAVs to come up to give me an idea where they're at. And oh, I fucked this one up. Only got 11 bullets left in the ICR. I'm trying to get out the door. No, it's not letting me out the door. I get out this guy, and I don't win that gunfight. The ICR is just not good for being a pre-fire gun. If you want to use the ICR, go check out my first video. It's called Be the Rat. It shows you how to be stealthy and play the ICR like you should. ICR is an ambush weapon. It shouldn't be used to be a pre-fire, but you can use it to pre-fire. But it shouldn't be used on close quarters maps like Aquarium, maps like Metro. It shouldn't be used on maps like that where you're going to have very little long distance fighting. A map like Aquarium, you want to use a fast shooting, high damage weapon like the HVK, which, well, I just said it was a weak assault rifle, but it's a little different from the beta. I'm trying to compare it to the beta. It's more of a medium damage assault rifle now than it was beforehand. You see right there, there's just too many. I was hurt already. But you know, the high damage weapons, you want to use something like a Kuda, or like a fast shooting assault rifle like the HVK, or like the Man of War maps like this. You want to use the more precision weapons like the XR2, XM8, the 48 Dirge, which is a fucking fantastic gun, which I have one of those videos coming out here too. It might be the most underrated gun in the game, but that's fucking awesome as well. As you see right here, I'm putting my old sneak on little frog suit. But what do you guys think? Do you guys pre-fire? Is that something that you do often? What do you guys think about the old camping videos? You want them back? Let your boy know. See if you can drop me a like on the comment section. It helps out tremendously. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscription button. Let's go for 500,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody, and I hope you guys continually support me. As always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out 5,000. I hope you motherfuckers get your dick sucked tonight. Peace. Greetings and salutations, my brother from another mother. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, always known as Captain Slinging the Hot Root. I just wanted to make a couple videos here and there to let you know you might be sleeping on a gun or two up in this old Black Ops 3. And before I venture off into Fallout 4 land, I'm going to let you guys in on at least one or two of them motherfuckers. Beforehand, since I'm doing videos again, and people want to complain that I don't do enough editing or I don't do enough, you know, maximizing content and shit, my shit ain't bright enough. Let me tell you something. If you want bright, exciting lights, go to one of those could-be child molesters over there on the Minecraft side of YouTube. I'm sure they'll be super excited to see you. But anyway, for you real dick-slinging motherfuckers that might be in this room, let's go ahead and talk about the 48 Dirge. The 48 Dirge is a light machine gun. You lock it pretty late. I don't know what the top of the level off the top of my head is. But it's a 6-round auto burst, which means all you got to do is hold it down. It'll automatically burst 6 rounds over and over again. That has virtually no recoil. Well, why is this a good thing? It's essentially a high-capacity assault rifle with an LMG DPS. It doesn't take 6 rounds to kill. It takes something around 3 or 4 to kill, but it shoots 6 out. But since the burst is so long, you can actually pre-fire very well with it. So it makes it good long range and close range. For example, I did a video just recently where I talked about hip firing and how pre-firing, and how pre-firing is very important to your game. Well, to me, this right here is the best pre-fire weapon in the game. Granted, I haven't used the XM8 yet. I haven't got a chance to use the XM8. But for strictly pre-firing purposes, DPS to pre-firing ability, the Dirge 48 is the best one in the game. That's just my opinion based off nothing but experience and use with the gun. But if you guys want to give it a try, this gun is fucking raw as shit. It is good with no attachments. I mean, when I first seen it, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was going to be one of those weapons, kind of like the P06, that might be one of the most worthless weapons in Call of Duty history, but I was dead wrong. This right here is the M16 on steroids. It doesn't have the move penalty since you're cybernetic in this game, so there's no move penalty for the light machine gun. And since it has such a high rate of fire, the hip fire penalty of the LMG isn't really there either. The big benefit or the big drawback for this gun that I found is its very, very, very low magazine capacity. And so I want to go ahead and go into magazine capacity real quick. I talked about this a little bit in my last video, where magazine capacity number-wise means very, very little. A gun like the Man of War has 30 bullets, whereas a gun like the ICU, or ICR has 30-round magazine as well. But anybody would go ahead and agree that the Man of War is capable of killing more people per clip than the ICR. The ICR is more of a precision weapon designed to kill 1 or 2 people a clip, and it's for people that don't really want to mitigate recoil in. Whereas the Man of War has more recoil, but effective more bullets per clip. Why is this important? The 48 Dirge has very little ammunition per clip. Even though it says 60, it shoots 6 bullets at a time, and 6 goes into 60 10 times, so it only has 10 shots theoretically. So you only can shoot 10 times before you actually have to reload. And that comes into play heavily. So you have to use this in a situation where you're pretty much defending long range. So it's best to use it as a marksman weapon that is capable of destroying anything up close. Like, it doesn't have a up close penalty. And the reason that you want to discover what kind of weapon best suits your style is because it depends on how well you pre-fire, how well you mitigate the recoil. Like, look right here, for example, this is me dominating that guy up close. Hip fire, get this guy. Only got 3 shots left, but don't worry, I took him out because it only takes 1 of the 3 shots to kill. It is a really, really, really good fucking weapon. And a lot of people are sleeping on this. Everybody's like, Gorgon, 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 Gorgon. And I will get to a video using the Gorgon eventually. I like the Gorgon, but I don't think it's as good as everybody makes it out to be. Yes, it's really fucking good long range. It is outstanding long range. I don't think any gun but like a sniper rifle can beat it in strictly, damaging factor at long range. But one thing it suffers from is close range, because it has such a long burst in between attacks. It suffers where the Dirge 48 doesn't. It doesn't suffer at all because it has such a quick rate of fire, and that the fact that it shoots 6 bullets has a longer hit scan than the Gorgon, since the Gorgon fires 1 bullet at a time. So you can pretty much just whip the hit scan out for the Dirge 48, whereas the Gorgon, you got to be more precise and you got to hope 2 shots hit. Not to take me as a bad gun, it's just more of a situational gun. But you might be sleeping on a gun. This might be one of them. This is theater mode, and the shit froze right here. Hope you guys apologize. But anyway, hit that likes, 1,500 likes. I'll drop another video today. Today, mother. Peace, people. 3 versus 3 TDM. That's exactly what I want to play. Thank you, Treyarch. Thank you for bestowing this opportunity on me. Regardless, greetings and salutations. We are going to go get our camp on. I hope you brought your long johns and your shotgun lamp, because we're going to teach you how to camp breach today, and we're going to do it with probably one of the most overpowered guns in the game. The gun that got all the pro players' panties in a twist. Like some chubby checker shit. The Gorgon Rapid Fire. This Gorgon right here, you see right here, I have the rapid fire attachment on it. I don't have grip. You don't need grip on the Gorgon. You don't really need quick draw on the Gorgon either, but I'm pretty sure I have quick draw on this one in particular. And I have the Varick sight. I really like the Varick sight over all other sights. Even the target finder, because, everybody knows Wings of Redemption needs the target finder. I need to be able to see those targets. That's another story for another day. But the people that thought the target finder was overpowered are fucking stupid. That gun, the target finder, it was a nice sight. That's all it was. And back in the day, all I ever used the target finder for was to take the sway out of guns. Regardless, this is how you want to camp breach. This is a 100% clinic on how you want to camp this map. Believe it or not, I find this map more a submachine gun map than a LMG rifle map. I just happened to camp it this time with the Gorgon because I was trying to get rapid fire, and this is the first match I had the rapid fire attachment on it. What the rapid fire attachment on the Gorgon actually allows you to do is win those medium to short close range gun battles more easily. The long range battles are pretty much the same, but since the Gorgon has that little bit more rate of fire on it, it pretty much gets those 2 shots off before anybody can even have a chance of killing you. It makes the gun almost unfair. Dead serious. Like, the gun becomes a fucking monster if nobody can contend with it. I wouldn't hold on to this because I feel like this gun right here in this state is going to get nerfed at some point. I feel like it's going to happen because the pro players are already crying about it. And not too many people are using it. I mean, I don't run into too many Gorgon users. And you have to get pretty high up in the prestige to actually get the rapid fire. I think it's the last attachment. But what you want to do, regardless, don't have very much time. Can't go off aloof. What you want to do is you basically want to come up into this room. This room in particular, you can't do the one across the way because it is a symmetrical map. But this room, and you just want to kind of like pick people off. You don't want to challenge too much over there. If you want to glance, go ahead and glance. But don't try to sit over there and win the gunfight across the way, because there's going to be a lot of people over there. Sometimes you just got to let them cook over there and do their own thing. If you notice somebody's not paying attention, you can pop out and pop them. If you're using a submachine gun, don't even look over there. What you're going to want to do there is once you get your sentry gun, you're going to want to put your sentry gun up in the window. As you'll be able to see, I'm going to do here in a second once I get it. Yep, there's my first sentry gun. I'm about to go on a fucking killing spree with this little setup right here. Orange sentry gun goes up. Now that hardened sentry gun, all you got to do now is protect it. Just protect the hardened sentry gun. You're going to get kills constantly throughout the rest of the game. I come down here to get some more ammo from Scavenger. And to go ahead and reload my Gorgon. Oh, and I think I hear somebody. I got the game sound turned down, but you guys can't hear it. But I did hear somebody, so I kind of wide out of it. Rang the dinner bell right there. See if that motherfucker will come along. Because sometimes people are wandering around. They don't know you're actually here. So you got to give them a little incentive. Got to ring that damn dinner bell. Like, ding, 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 ding. Come get it, motherfucker. I'm bad. I'm shooting out the goddamn window. And then, you know, they get fucking shit on by your boy with the Gorgon. But it's essentially just how you do it right here. 100% easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm gonna get my damn reload on. I get the UAV out there. Notice I have time to get the reload on. There we go. So we got enough ammo to finish this gameplay out. The sentry's taking care of the front. The only way this can backfire on you is if somebody jumps through the window with blast suppressor. And very little people use blast suppressor, surprisingly, mainly because jumping is not this big thing in the game. Look at that. Hard sentry gun, one of the best kill streaks on the game. It just scored 3 kills right there for me quickly. It kills so quick. So good. It's such a good kill streak. In my opinion, the best kill streak per point value in the game. And there I got another hardened sentry gun already. Got another lightning strike. Lightning strike's more of a mortar strike on this, like in Black Ops 1, than it is a lightning strike. I don't really suggest using it too much. Replace my old sentry gun with that sentry gun and just keep guarding. You'll drop a flawless. I actually have like 3 flawlesses in this section.